Welcome to our unit on the human body and health topics unit. Our first section is going to focus on the structure of the human body. Today in class, one of our vocab words was anatomy, this being the science of the shape and structure of organisms. We also had the word physiology, meaning how it all works. So if we put anatomy and physiology together, we're seeing how all of the different body parts work together to make us who we are. First, let's look at how did we get the knowledge about the human body? Because we didn't always know about it. We can't see inside of us, certainly. So what did we do to get to where we're at now? Here you see that the earliest anatomical studies occurred on live humans and animals. This was called vivisection. Vivi means live. Today we do dissections. Die means dead. But thousands of years ago, can you imagine doing this on live creatures? This is an oil painting of an animal vivisection on a live dog. Here's the dog here. This is where they're cutting it open as the dog's alive. Leonardo da Vinci, fabulous artist, created 750 anatomical drawings. Anatomical meaning things of the body and such, anatomy, corpses and such that he used. So he would get these corpses and actually do those dissections and figure out what they look like and then draw that. So here's some of the muscles, the bones and such within the skull, and an unborn child. Nowadays we don't have to worry about things like that. We've got that knowledge, but now we're going to use technology to increase our understanding of the human body. So at this point, what you're going to do on your paper at the very top half is a step-by-step drawing of these levels of biological organization. As you begin your drawing, it would be best if you went ahead and started up here at the top of your paper. And then because you're going to draw a couple of drawings, and we're going to go all the way across here, then down, and then across, and we'll finish your picture about here. First, we have the atom. Just one little dot makes up that atom. It could be an atom of carbon or of hydrogen or anything like that. All those atoms together, we're going to get carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, which would make up a molecule of, let's say, a carbohydrate. Then those molecules would work together to make up a cell organelle. Now that cell organelle could be of a bean-shaped mitochondria. It could be that of the squiggly endoplasmic reticulum. It might be little dots of ribosomes. But then all of those cell organelles are going to kind of work together as a system to make up a cell. Now the cell, we have lots of cells in our bodies, trillions of cells, and they're going to work together to make up tissues. And what you see here is cardiac tissue, and the tissue in the cardiac system, or the heart, would work together to make up the organ of a heart in this case. The organs will work together. If we think the circulatory system, the organs in the circulatory system are going to be that of the heart. They're going to work together with the lungs and all the blood vessels and such. And that would make up your organ system. Then we have 11 different organ systems within our bodies, the digestive system, the circulatory system and such. Those all work together to make up the organism. Now you don't have to draw Dr. Shepard from Gray's Anatomy. You can draw any organism here. It's just an example. So as we begin, the body has about 100 trillion cells all working together. The organelles are going to be inside of those cells, and you see some of them here in this nice picture, your nucleus, your mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and such. These cells, a nice definition of cells, is that they are the structural and functional units of all living organisms. We have between 75 and 100 trillion of them, so therefore we are considered to be multicellular. Different cells. Okay, these are jobs. Absorbing cells, such as those in your intestines, aid in digestion. And this is a nice picture of the intestines. This is how, leading up to it, starting at this point, And then going through in the microscopic pictures. We have assembly cells. Assembly means put together or take things apart. So we have them that put chemical substances together, break down food, produce hormones. Great example of that is of the pancreas, right there. We have movement cells, okay, and you can see a beautiful image of a structure at the bodies exhibit from Vegas, or there's other areas that carry that body exhibit. Other cells, things like nerve cells, skin cells, bad sunburn there, huh? Fat cells, we all have them, whether we like it or not. We all have those layers of fat. They're providing cushion and warmth in our body. We have reproductive cells in this corner here. Egg cells would be female, sperm, male, and we have our liver cells. And there's hundreds of more types. Many cells make up that tissue. Tissue is a group of similar cells performing the same function. And we have smooth muscle tissue, that would be around organs like the stomach. We get skeletal tissue. You can see some skeletal tissue is going to be that of the muscles and such. Cardiac muscle. Connective tissue is going to be like bone tissue connecting, fibrous connective tissue, those tendons and such over your different joints, like in adipose, that's fat tissue. Blood is a tissue. Nervous tissues, you're going to have that, and those of the different nerves, especially within your spinal cord. Group of tissue makes an organ. You see all kinds of different organs here, but an organ is a group of tissues with a specific job. And these many organs are going to make up an organ system. We do have 11 systems within our bodies. Organs make up the organ systems. In the case of your circulatory, you've got your heart and your blood vessels. Group of organ systems make up that individual. He would have, and any of us have, our digestive system, our reproductive system, our circulatory system, our endocrine system, and so on. So, is this a pose or is this normal behavior for people? I hope that you answered that this is a pose, because humans must maintain homeostasis with their environment to survive. They would not last very long in that cold. Humans as well as animals need to maintain a homeostasis with the environment. Yep, pretty gross, right? But sweating, even in the armpits, does help maintain our homeostasis by giving us that evaporative cooling system that we do need. Homeostasis is the ability of an organism or cell to maintain internal equilibrium by adjusting its physiological processes, regardless of outside conditions. So therefore your body is going to react. You see all these little tiny hairs coming up on the body. Goosebumps, hair standing straight up when it is cold, is going to create more insulation to help keep us warm. So what day of the year would this be? If you guessed Halloween, you're absolutely correct. That leads us to the homeostasis within our blood, our pancreas producing that insulin to maintain our blood sugars and such. So, last question, and do this within the video. How does homeostasis relate to the activity we did in class? And we'll see you tomorrow.